Hi everyone, good morning. I was having some issues with my mic. I apologize about earlier. I hope everyone had a great Thursday yesterday. Today's stream is going to be a little bit shorter as I have some appointments coming up shortly. But we might be able to get like an hour and a half into this new Nancy Drew game. Well, new for us. Nancy Drew game, The Curse of Blackmoor Manor. So I'm going to go ahead and get straight into it. And I hope everyone enjoys.
Welcome to my latest case, The Curse of Blackmoor Manor. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Gameplay Overview.
Let me know if the sound is too loud for you.
Dear Ned, greetings from jolly old England. Although right now I'm not so sure about the jolly part. That's because I'm on my way to Blackmoor Manor, where the daughter of one of our neighbors is living. The daughter, whose name is Linda, recently married Hugh Pendleton, a British diplomat. Hugh travels a lot, so the only people at the manor with Linda are Hugh's aunt, Mrs. Drake, and Hugh's 12-year-old daughter, Jane. The thing is, ever since Linda moved into the manor, her health has gone downhill. She's practically bedridden, and no one seems to know why. Her mother is convinced something is terribly wrong and wants me to find out what. So here I am, about to be dropped off at a huge centuries-old mansion in the middle of a dark, foggy moor. I can't tell whether the butterflies in my stomach are because I'm excited or just a tad creeped out. Talk to you soon. I hope. Nancy.
Night, miss. Good luck.
Who's there? Hello?
That was creepy.
There's something out there!
Where, child?
Over there! I mean, something was out there.
Come in. I'm Mrs. Drake. I take it you're Nancy Drew?
Yes, and I really did see something, Mrs. Drake. I heard something, too.
Oh, people are always seeing and hearing things on the moor at night, especially you Americans. Why don't you just go on up to your room? It's the one with the moon on the door.
I'd like to see Linda, if I could.
I'm afraid Linda is, not quite ready to meet with you just now. But please, come see me after you've unpacked. I'll be in the conservatory.
All right, thank you.
This place is pretty cool looking. There's a chariot with horses being drawn by horses that have flame for their manes and tails. The sun rising. I'm assuming that's rising above them or behind them. With an angel laying on a cloud next to a moon. there's like so much detail. There's a door with moon emblems on the side. There's a Pegasus painting. There's one of those ball things. Let's see if it'll let us. Yep. There's a chair with a box on it. It's a cube, and it looks like each side has a different animal. There's a serpent or a dragon, a goat, a rabbit, I'm assuming that's a lion, yeah, lion. Let's see. 2 fish. Interesting. There's a emblem of, I'm assuming it's like a sea turtle. Lion with a sun banner. Got a nice big fireplace. Ludi sin gadio ludi non stunt. Their crest, it has a star, it has a compass, has 3 comets and a bird. The other side, there's a banner with the sun with the griffin. I'm assuming that's my luggage. My clothes. I don't need those right now. Got some pictures of the manor, it looks like, possibly. I've always wanted one of these. It's like a set-in bench where you can like read or relax with the curtains on the side. That's so nice. And it looks like
Wonder what
there's
goes there.
a moon emblem and then something
Fits in here, but what?
something below it. It looks like that's probably gonna shift open. Is it not gonna let me continue turning? Alright, and then we have a like little chest here, and we got, I'm not exactly sure what these tools are called, but it doesn't look like it lets me interact with them. But we do have an image, and it looks like 4 suns around a big sun, and then there's 2 circles in the corner, and then there's random scroll work in the background. The corner's peeled up. Okay, so then it's an astrology chart. Got Cassiopeia, Hercules, Ursa Major, Corvus, and Gemini. Then we have Lynx, Pegasus, Lyra, Sagittarius, and Coma Bernices. Then we have Ursa Major, Taurus, Cassiopeia, Aquila, Aquarius. Then we have Draco. Okay, so these look like they're going to be related to that box that's on our chair. Pisces, Lynx, Leo, Lepus. Alright, and it looks like that's the last one. Okay, so it's like lifting up. Alright. And looks like we're gonna need possibly a telescope.
A tripod. For a camera, maybe?
There's a tripod looking out the window. I'm assuming it's a telescope. That's my assumption. We have the bedside table. There's a box. Oh, okay, so we're gonna be messing with the time again in this one, it looks like. Because it looks like we can set alarms like on the first game that we played. I went out. I went back. And then we have the phone. Oh, cool. So I don't have to dial the number. It has the short cuts. Oh, okay. We can turn out the lights. Not sure exactly what that's for. No, cancel. And nothing over here, nothing over there. Oh, they got some Egyptian portrait. That's Anubis, I believe, and that's Isis. Iris. I need to brush up on my Egyptian mythology. They have all sorts of inspiration to decorate this room. Oh wow. Okay. This is a very interesting manor. It's very eccentric in its decoration, I think.
Oh, Ethel, do I have to learn this?
Yes, I'm afraid you do.
If I do well, can we play a game?
Yes, but only in French.
Oh.
So we heard somebody talking. There's a gargoyle at the end of the hall.
I need something else for this.
At least it's not the nastiest gargoyle I've seen. There's a little door here.
Come back later, please.
Okay, so I guess that's where the little girl stays. Is there a doorbell? What is this? Oh, it's a key hole.
I need the key. I need the key.
I don't have the key. Okay. Let's go
Oh,
down.
forget it. Stay in Italy as long as you want then. Some kind of husband you're proving to be. It's not all in my head. Don't bother.
Doesn't sound like it's a happy marriage right now. So this room looks like it's been closed off for a while. There's sheets on the furniture. Fireplace, painting. Looks like a guy on top of a big dog, maybe? I can't see it. I can't zoom in. And there's a horse. A guy, a knight riding on a horse. There's some portraits. She doesn't look very happy in either of these pictures. The guy's smiling and she looks very stern. Got a mirror, got some lotion, got a telephone, or cell phone.
Linda? Hi, it's me, Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew, our friendly neighborhood detective. Well, welcome to Blackmoor Manor. I apologize for greeting you under such unusual circumstances.
How are you feeling?
So, how are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Well, I feel like... I feel like something really strange is happening.
Could you be more specific?
Could I be more specific? Ah, the ace detective is grilling me for details. I'm tired all the time, my mouth is dry, my vision is blurry, but that's not important. Here's what's important, Nancy. There are some doors that should never be opened. There are some doors that hold secrets which must never be known. That's everything you need to know. Now if...
Mummy, can I come in?
No, you're supposed to be in your lessons.
Lessons are over. I want to meet Nancy.
I said no, Jane.
Okay.
That was my stepdaughter. She can be such a pest sometimes. Anyway, I understand you feel an obligation to my mother, but trust me, there's nothing you can do. You're welcome to stay, but I strongly recommend that you go home as soon as possible.
Please, Linda, just tell me what's wrong. Linda? Okay, I'll let you rest. But I'll be back. I'm here for you if you need me.
Weird. So, if that was the lady on the phone, she sounds upset with her husband, and then I guess the girl is her husband's daughter, which it doesn't seem she likes that girl too much. I wonder, because it sounded like she was upset because he's traveling too frequently, if she's putting on the sickness to maybe get his attention? Maybe. I guess the little girl's now ready to visit us, so we can go visit her. But we'll go down this way first. Maybe we'll make a full circle around.
This must be Mrs. Drake's room. Guess she's not in her room.
So that was the lady that answered the door for us.
Oh, it's just a parrot.
Scared ya?
Polly want a cracker?
Not Polly! Lolo! 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 Lolo!
Okay, I get the point. Lulu.
Lolo! 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 Lolo!
Do you by any chance know Latin?
Quiste rogavit, bene vidi vici, semper ubi sub ubi, morituri status...
I'll take that as a yes. Would you mind translating something for me?
Fire away!
This is a very knowledgeable parrot.
Bruma?
The longest day of the year is solstitium, the summer solstice. The shortest day is bruma, the winter solstice. Equinoctium vernum is a spring equinox. Equinoctium autumnalis is a fall equinox. Day equals night. Lulu's always right.
Bye, bird.
Lulu!
Interesting.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I'm gonna need a bigger boat.
I need the key.
Alright, so we'll turn around. We made it all the way through this hallway. Let's go visit the little girl.
Time has come for closing book.
Alright. Parrot's a little weird. It's too smart for a bird. It's cute that she gets this little room. Little door room. Is she in her room?
Hi! You must be Nancy. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm Jane. I know you've come to visit my stepmom, but I'd love it if you could pop by whenever you get the chance. Oh, we'll have such fun. Let's play a game.
Sure, Jane. What would you like to play?
Let's play this card game I found in your room. Actually, it's Bridget's room. I mean, it used to be her room. I mean, she died like 300 years ago. You can see a painting of her in the Great Hall. She's the one with the telescope. Okay, so you have to match up a pair of constellations. I made all the matches in 25 tries. Try to beat my record.
Y'all ready for a matching game? Cassiopeia, Scudum, Musica, Telescopium, Corvius, Corona, Cassiopeia, Crater, Grus, Columba, Scudum was... Nope. Aquilia, Cygnus, Corona. Ooh, I totally lost. Akia. Nope. Cygnus. Musca. Columba. Telescopium. Lyra. I haven't seen Lyra yet. Telescope. Dang it. Where did I see Telescopium? Corona. Lyra. Cygnus. I have no memory whatsoever.
Nope, couldn't beat your score. That was fun. But I'd like to ask you some questions.
Sure, what do you want to know? About Mummy? I mean, Linda. I do hope you'll help. She's been a bit out of sorts lately.
Do you know why she doesn't want to be seen?
I think maybe it's because of the lady in black. I was playing in Mummy's room when she wasn't there, and when I looked up, there was a lady all dressed in black putting something on Mummy's nightstand.
Hi, cat lover.
Did you recognize the woman?
I couldn't see her face because she wore a cape with a hood. The lady put a note on Mummy's nightstand, but I didn't read it. That's when Mummy started feeling poorly. I don't want to think about that. Let's play a game. It will cheer me up.
How are you today?
Sure. What would you like to play?
Look inside the chest over there and pick a game. My great aunt said it's a hope chest, so I put my games in there in the hope someone would come over to play. We can play Bull, Constellation Match, Petroglyph Punch, Skull and Bones, and I also have a jigsaw puzzle.
You sure have a lot of games.
I love games. I want to make computer games when I grow up.
What game would I be good at?
Can I try the jigsaw puzzle?
Let's see how quick your reflexes are. I'll time you.
Oh, good lord.
On your mark, get set, go!
Okay.
5 minutes.
Why does everything have to be timed? Here. And the fact that I have to be able to rotate some of these. That looks like it goes together. Move this out of the way. That might help. Does that go? Maybe.
minutes.
Oh, good lord. I don't even know what it is I'm trying to make. Oh, okay, that looks like an eye. You're upside down. So you're gonna go okay, you go like that.
Three minutes.
You two go together. Where's the other part of this guy's eyeball? That's part of a face. That goes together. Not entirely sure how that is supposed to be. Nope. Now you're together. But you're also a bottom piece.
2 minutes.
Ah! Why do games have to be timed? No. 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 You're possibly upside down.
One minute.
Oh, good lord. It doesn't help that some of these pieces are really confusing.
30 seconds.
The pressure, it's on.
Ten seconds. Too bad. You lose. Do you want to play again?
Have you ever seen anything strange outside?
Once I saw my Uncle Roger's toupee fly off during a windstorm. Talk about freaky.
I mean, have you seen a strange animal outside?
No, but I have heard weird noises like this. Howling. But not like a dog howling, more like something human. I don't want to think about that. It's scary enough having to live in this gloomy place.
The lady in black you saw in Linda's room, did she look like anyone you know?
Like I said before, I couldn't really see her face, but she was kind of dressed like the lady in the Great Hall.
Which lady?
Eleanor. I know it sounds weird, that's why I didn't want to tell anyone. It's too creepy. Sometimes wonder if I just dreamed it all up. Mrs. Drake is always saying I have a rampant imagination.
I should get going.
Come back soon. That's my family tree. Ask me anything about anyone. Go on, ask me.
Tell me about Randolph.
Randolph the Red, so named for his bright red hair, was considered a hero at the Battle of Poitiers. For his heroism, King Edward III awarded him with the lands in the region called Penvelin. That's how we got our name.
Odo, that's an odd name.
Yeah, he isn't very exciting really, like farming and cows. His son Milo is much more interesting.
Who was Anor?
He was Odo's brother.
What did Guido do?
He made pizza. No, I'm joking, of course. I don't know anything about him except that he died in 1433 because he outlived all of his siblings.
Tell me about Simon.
He lived from 1358 to 1412. No, 1411. We don't know very much about him.
Who was Agatha?
She was a nun. I think she lived in Ireland.
Who was Marjorie?
She died when she was a little girl. It was really sad.
What about Milo?
Milo inherited not only his grandfather's red hair, but his military prowess. Milo was instrumental in the siege of Caen and was awarded even more lands by Henry V.
What do you know about Cecilia?
She married the Lord of Limerick and did a lot of needlework. She had a ton of kids too, like 20. Can you imagine?
What about Jacobus?
He died when he was like 9.
And Hugo?
He had a lot of kids, and his dates were 1401 to 1466.
Tell me about Albert.
He was very mysterious, and the people of Blackmoor were afraid of him because he knew all these scientific things. No one knows much about him, though.
Who was Robertus?
He was a knight, but died in some kind of jousting tournament. He was twins with Josephus.
Who was Josephus?
Yeah, they used a lot of Latin names back then and weird spellings. He became like a priest or parson or something.
Who was Anisha?
A nun.
Who was Jeanette?
It's Genet. I think he wrote plays, maybe. I don't know, I forget.
Tell me about Lucia.
Isn't that a pretty name? If I have a daughter, I'll name her that.
Who was Adam?
Like he married Eve. Duh, no kidding. I actually don't know anything about him. I think he was the son of Hugo, though, but I forget.
Who was Joan? Is that misspelled?
No, that's how they spelled it then. She got married to this duke somewhere in Flanders.
There we go.
Tell me about Edmund.
He was into cows. He did a lot of breeding of cows and sheep and got some kind of award from the king.
Who was Nicolina?
She died when she was a baby. I have many ancestors who died young, but Ethel said that Penvelins in general live a long time.
Tell me about Walter.
He was born in 1448 or 9. I'm kind of bored doing this right now.
Who was Marge?
I forget. I think she was... I don't know.
Who was Charles?
Charles was a famous judge and wrote very important books on law. But his boy, Garrett, drowned while he was really young.
Tell me about Garrett.
He drowned on his 19th birthday.
Who was Gillian?
She married the Duke of Ballingsford, but she stayed at Blackmoor to raise her son Thomas, who inherited the estate when his grandfather Charles died.
Tell me about Thomas.
He was Charles's grandson and wrote a lot of poetry. He also had 3 wives, Catherine, Anne, and Mary, but not like at the same time. They died and he just remarried.
Who's James?
He never married, but one day, when he was very old, a baby was found at the doorstep to the manor. He took her in and raised her as his own. That was Eleanor.
What did Francis do?
He got into a big fight with his brother James and lived in France.
Who was Elizabeth?
Like the Queen of England? Oh, you mean Elizabeth, my ancestor. It's weird that she's the only ancestor named Elizabeth, since it's such a popular name.
Tell me about Geoffrey.
I'd rather not. I'm kind of bored. Wouldn't you rather play a game?
Can you tell me about George, the one born in 1566?
He lived and died. End of story.
What can you tell me about Eleanor?
Just that she was burned as a witch, but it wasn't true, and her father, James, died when he saw her die, and then the family fled to France. I don't want to talk about this.
Who was Edward?
He lived in France with his father, Le Comte de Roquefort. He was very interested in languages and translated books from Greek and Latin.
Who was Virginie?
She was married to the Duke of Barrowbold and died in the Great Fire of London.
Tell me about Francois.
He was a dwarf and became a trusted confidant to Louis XIV. Little people often held positions of great esteem at that time.
Tell me about Corbin.
I don't know. He doesn't have a coat of arms in the Great Hall because he didn't live here. Wasn't even a British subject, that's all I know.
And Philippe?
He made a fortune in the New World and bought back most of the lands that were confiscated by Cromwell.
Who's Penelope?
I don't know much about her except that she was very loved by practically everyone in England, and there were 1 million poems written about her. If I have a boyfriend, I'd never let him write a poem about me. Blech.
Tell me about Martha.
She was completely daft. She'd wear really bizarre outfits, and she was one of the first women to ride on a steam train.
Tell me about Brigitte, the one born in 1759.
She never married and was bonkers for astronomy. She adopted her sister's son, Richard, who later got killed at Waterloo.
Tell me about Richard.
He died in Waterloo fighting against Napoleon.
Tell me about Edward, the one from the 19th century.
He was a big explorer and went all over the world. He wasn't very close with his son, who was also an explorer. They'd only see each other by chance in weird remote places like Samarkand and Walla Walla.
Who was William?
He was an explorer just like his father. He was kind of a whiner, so I heard.
Who was John, the one who was born in 1873?
He was this huge naturalist and did a lot of exploration in the Amazon. I think there's a plant named after him. Or maybe a monkey, I forget.
Who was Malachi?
He was a doctor of medicine and did a lot of research on icky skin diseases. Happily, I'm blessed with perfect skin.
Who was Alan?
He was my grandfather, but I didn't know him because he died when I was little. I guess he was nice.
What do you know about Letitia?
Loves plants, hates noise. You can ask her about it. She's usually in the conservatory with her plants.
An introduction to runes. Runes are a set of symbols that came to Britain with the ancient Germanic people who immigrated to the country around 450 AD. They were used throughout Northern Europe during the Dark Ages, which lasted from around 500 AD to 1500 AD. Because these symbols were used for writing, among other things, they can be termed an alphabet. The original runic alphabet was made up of 24 symbols and is known as the Elder Futhark. The first 6 runes spell out the word Futhark. The runes were comprised of straight lines so that they could be easily cut into wood or stone.
Nigel gave that to me when I was in the library once. I think he was hoping it would scare me, but it didn't. I'm too smart to believe in that sort of stuff.
Werewolves, lycanthropy. Since ancient times, the cunning savagery of wolves has both terrified and awed humans with whom they came into contact. In Europe, where wolves were a constant threat to livestock and allegedly to small children and lone travelers, legends as to their evil viciousness became widespread. Predictably, one of these legends involved humans who could transform themselves into wolves. These creatures were called werewolves. Were means man, and the transformation came to be known as lycanthropy. What the symptoms of lycanthropy? Descriptions of werewolves and the transformation process itself have varied greatly throughout the ages. Some lycanthropes assumed the precise appearance of a wolf, others turned into something that was half human, half beast. Sometimes the change was permanent, sometimes lycanthropes could change form at will, sometimes environmental factors brought about the transformation. The symptoms and duration of the werewolf's condition depended entirely upon the curse that initiated the particular case of lycanthropy. In general, victims who were destined to alter their form permanently usually appeared pale. Fatigue was frequent complaint, as well as weak vision, a dry tongue, and constant thirst. These symptoms were usually accompanied or were soon followed by hair growth, especially on the face and hands. Fingernails grew long, and the eyes gradually changed shape and color. The victim's personality also changed, for he or she became increasingly ill-tempered and aggressive. As the transformation grew more apparent, the victim usually went into hiding, returning to society only to satisfy its newfound appetite for human flesh. For temporary victims who could change their appearance at will, or who were involuntarily transformed by the sound of a wolf's nocturnal howl or by a full moon, lycanthropic symptoms occurred not over time but quickly, almost instantly. They were forced to assume human form again at sunrise, either by shedding their hair, claws, and fangs, or by taking off their skin and hiding it intact. Such a lycanthrope would reportedly suffer the same fate as its shed skin. If it was found and destroyed, the werewolf would likewise be destroyed. According to legend, those who voluntarily became werewolves obtained the ability to change their form through sorcery. Involuntary lycanthropes were people who had been cursed by someone they had wronged, or had been bitten by or born to a werewolf. Since there was no cure, and since most werewolves were thought to be immortal, these unfortunate beings were compelled to lead dark, desperate lives until they were felled by a fatal wound to the brain or heart that could only be destroyed by a silver bullet. Is a modern embellishment. Why? The reasons for lycanthropy. Psychology plays a significant role in lycanthropy. Wanting to imitate, if not actually become, the thing or person that one fears the most seems to be part of human nature. Far from being a universal phenomenon, werewolves are unknown in regions where there are no wolves. Instead, people spread tales of werebears or were-tigers or were-crocodiles, whichever animal is most feared. The old saying, "If you can't beat them, join them," goes a long way in explaining the source and longevity of many monster legends. More important, throughout history, there have been instances of people who actually were werewolves, in their own minds at least. Convinced that they had been cursed, they presented all the physical symptoms of lycanthropy and often behaved violently. Because they fully believed that they had become werewolves, they acted like werewolves. As a result, the people around them treated them like werewolves, which only reinforced their delusion, thus trapping them in a vicious cycle. This psychological disorder was no doubt prevalent in the Middle Ages, when belief in sorcery, curses, and creatures as werewolves was commonplace. The power of suggestion cannot be underestimated, especially in places where education is minimal and superstition passes for truth. Instances of lycanthropic disorder are rare in modern times, although it is possible that many cases go unreported due to misdiagnosis or familial embarrassment. For research psychologists such as myself, information gathering is a never-ending process, and if you believe you know someone who has undergone lycanthropic metamorphosis, please contact me. Halaki Vadas.
This phone number just might come in handy.
I used that to make cakes for Lulu the parrot. That's why the ingredients are so nasty. Like I would eat mealworms.
Mealworms. Ugh.
So I'm guessing we eventually are going to have to make a cake for Lulu.
Do you mind if I make something?
Go right ahead.
Oh, I get to choose the stuff? Are you supposed to give birds chocolate? Am I gonna accidentally kill Lulu? Avocado. Salami. Okay, so that's my inventory. Interesting.
Who's this?
That's my mum, my real mum. She's an opera singer. It's not like she's famous or anything, but she does live in Paris.
What is this book?
Don't know really. Ethel gave it to me. She said it belonged to my grandfather. Do you think Brady Armstrong is cute?
So we got a tree, some symbols, and like a sun coming from the sky. And then we got a knight and he's fighting various monsters. We have a dragon with some symbols. And it's set like a fox on the side. A dragon again with some symbols. Then we have a man, looks like he's pondering, and there's hands with different cups with Roman numerals. Then there's a man climbing the clouds, and it looks like he's collecting something from them as they're trying to blow him away. Then there's men fighting what looks like gargoyles as time is passing. Then there's a sign with symbols. There's a page where there's angels hovering over a man that looks like he's forging something. And then there's devils hovering over a man, and it looks like he's pulling something out of the forge. Interesting. Madame Butterfly.
That was written by Charles Penvillin way back in like the 1500s. When I read it, it seemed really familiar, you know?
As the moon rises upon thee, fear not, but draw upon the strength of absent friends, and toast to their memories in happiness and wonder. With the stalwart heart of a knight, let charity be thy guiding angel. Stay firm in knowledge as a dedicated geometer, and fear not the ravages of Father Time. For, dear child, as you learn the lessons of folly, the secrets of this world shall dawn in thy soul. So I'm assuming that's going to give us a clue. Oh, that's an awesome door. Is that the door I came in? What's over here? For
I
Petunia.
totally love that show. Isn't Brady Armstrong so dreamy? Total hottie.
Oh, she draws little witches, unicorns, or I guess that's a Pegasus. World premiere broadcast only on the Heartthrob channel.
You had a guinea pig?
Yes, but it died.
When?
I don't know. I'd really rather not think about it, alright?
Yeah, like why do you ask when?
Looks like you're learning some interesting stuff.
Bet you wouldn't say that if you were the one who had to learn it.
She keeps a busy schedule. She's learning about her ancestors. Evidently, one of them had a ballad. French, Latin, and I guess this is a time that she's not going to be available. Science, winter star constellations, math, English, tell two cities, art, draw Bridget's favorite star constellations. I'm assuming they're not gonna let me open these drawers because she's right there. Der Ring. I think I've seen that opera. Okay. Well, she's drawing. Oh, that's with all the games. So, I don't feel like being timed right now. We are gonna go back through this awesome looking door. I wish I had a door that looked like that. We got the gargoyles, like an angel holding something. So cool. Do we want... So that's my door.
There goes my cell phone. Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Mrs. Petrov. How is everything? Have you seen Linda yet?
Literally speaking, no, but I did talk to her. Not that she told me anything.
I'm just about at my wit's end. I've never known her to act like this. The last doctor that examined her said that aside from a little dry skin, which is not unusual for her, she was perfectly fine.
Why is she hiding behind that curtain?
I have no idea. When I was out there last week, I got fed up and pulled the curtain back. She threw a fit, but otherwise she looked absolutely normal. A little pale, perhaps, but who wouldn't be pale, cooped up like that? Something has changed her. Something in that house. Hugh is just as bewildered and upset by her behavior as I am. Please get to the bottom of this, Nancy. You're our last hope.
Where is Hugh?
He was called to Rome. As a diplomat, he's always being called out of the country without warning and without any say in the matter. He'd much rather be there with Linda, although
What?
it's just that Hugh said it hasn't been very easy for him to talk to her lately. Whenever he calls, which is at least once a day, Linda always seems to fly off the handle for no reason, which doesn't make sense. Linda has always been extremely level-headed and even-tempered. She never gets angry. At least she didn't used to.
Who exactly is Mrs. Drake?
She's Hugh's aunt. She's taken care of Blackmoor Manor ever since her brother died. He was Hugh's father. She's a bit of a character.
In what way?
The way she spends all her time in that conservatory, slouching around, trowel in hand, murmuring to herself. You'd think she was burying something. Or somebody.
Goodbye, Mrs. Petroff.
Goodbye, Nancy. Oh, one more thing. My niece is on call and her husband's out of town, and I told her I'd go over there and babysit if she had to work. So if you call and I don't answer, that's why. Bye.
So it sounds like they're trying to insinuate she's getting symptoms of lycanthropy. It looks like I can call this way too. Cool. Am I able to go and check out that window? No. Alright. Do we want to go feed the birdie?
Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the bird behind the curtain.
Do you want the cracker?
Hello! Ah!
Bye, bird.
Cheerio!
You didn't eat the cracker. How do I feed you the cracker?
The time has come for closing books.
Okay. Music changed. Looked like, was there a hallway up? Okay, so there's levers here labeled A through G. And I have no idea what they do, so we're not gonna mess with this because I've learned messing with stuff gets your game ended pretty quickly. These are some very noisy stairs. Alright, let's go downstairs. That's a pretty hall. What are those? Oh, trees. So we got some Latin here. Looks like
a piece is missing.
Got some statues. Got a knight missing their head.
Looks like a piece is missing.
This music is very, intense. Alright, so got some more Latin. Let's try this door. Okay. So it looks like it's like a hall that wraps around the main area. Can't do anything there. There's a lot to explore in this game. Am I able to look at that plant? Or those drawers? No. What is this?
Wonder what happened in there.
Please stay out of the kitchen until the fire damage is repaired. Okay, so there was a fire. back out into the hall. Bridget Penvelin, sponsor of the Essex Cricket Club. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to test my theory that it goes back out into the hall. Yep. Alright. Let's see. We got some people here. And that guy has a bird. I guess we're looking at the crests. Diem Perdidi. Per Oras Ad Anium. And man, they have some interesting looking crests. I like this one. It reminds me of Tangled. Lumen. It doesn't let me look at the people specifically or zoom in on them. Am I able to look in this corner? There we go. Pergamentum exit. And it has like a dragon eating itself. And then I'm assuming that's the most recent here. Let's go. Is that a doll? What the heck? What do you do? Betty, Penny, Pegasus, Urania, Talia. That's. Am I supposed to match? No. What the heck? It's not letting me click on anything. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Guess we'll back out because I don't. Maybe something will explain. And there's. We got some more crests with people. We have these. Oh no! I'm trying to go through these doors. See what's over here. Somebody working on a computer. What is he holding? Oh, that is an intense look.
Fascinating piece, isn't it? James Penvelin sculpted it in 1591, although it appears that wand was added at a later date. He was quite a flamboyant figure and never married, but one day a child appeared quite mysteriously in the castle, and he took her in as his own. That was Eleanor, and many of the townfolk believed her to be a changeling or fairy baby.
Guess I'll talk to you because you're.
Ah yes, are you here from the agency? It's about time.
Agency?
Oh dear, you're not the typist from the spiffy specialty agency, are you? Well, how do you do? I'm Nigel Mukherjee.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Nancy Drew. Are you visiting Blackmoor Manor?
I'm researching the Penvillin family, and Mrs. Drake has graciously opened the library for me. Nothing much has been written about the Penvillins. Until now.
Why do you think that is?
It might have something to do with their scandalous history. Or perhaps it has something to do with the family treasure.
Scandalous history?
Well, having a family member burned as a witch can hardly be considered a mark of pride, I dare say. And then there's the whole business with the Blackmoor beast.
Blackmoor beast?
It's a story that's been told for generations out here. During the 1600s, many of the villagers reported seeing a strange beast with red eyes and giant fangs prowling the moors. They asked the mistress of Blackmoor Manor, Eleanor Penvillin, to put a bounty on the beast's head. But, oddly enough, she not only refused, she forbade anyone from hunting the creature. It was rumored that the beast was Eleanor's husband, whom she had cursed for finding out too much about the Penvillin secret.
When I was walking up to the house, I saw something with red eyes that called out to me.
Really? How extraordinary. Are you sure it wasn't just jet lag?
Positive, and I heard it make this kind of growling sound.
Perhaps it was the cursed husband of Eleanor Penvillin, prowling about the moors in search of lost Yanks.
Who's Eleanor Penvillin?
Eleanor Penvillin, tried and convicted of witchcraft in 1650, quite the height of the witch trials here in Essex. It was rumored that Cromwell arranged the conviction.
Cromwell?
Oliver Cromwell? Ironsides? I suppose they don't teach history any longer in the U.S. Lady Penvillin was a rather vocal critic of Cromwell's policies and helped many of his enemies flee the country. Whether she actually was a practitioner of witchcraft is unknown, although many visitors to the manor during her tenure reported hearing strange, ghostly bells. Some even saw phantom hands floating about the manor, tolling their charmed chimes.
Tell me about the Penvillin family treasure.
For centuries, the Penvillins have been very secretive. Some believe they're protectors of a fabulous treasure, or of some dark secret.
Who are all those paintings of in the Great Hall?
Those are the Penvillins who owned Blackmoor Manor at one time or another.
Have you seen any ruins anywhere in the manor?
You mean like Norse runes? No, I haven't. I don't really know much about them anyway. Dead languages aren't really my bag, you know.
I'll let you get back to your work.
Goodbye.
Did he ever introduce himself? Or did I just not catch his name? Books. Law books of the 16th
I doubt you'll find much of interest in there. They're mainly law books. Charles Penvillin was a prominent judge in the 16th century. Sad to say, he lost his son at a young age, left his estate to his grandson, Thomas.
Is his name Nigel? Thank you.
Those manuscripts are very old and brittle. They date back to the 14th century. Odo Penvillin collected most of them. His father, Randolph, and son Milo were rather more interested in military victories than in book collecting. Those are mainly Penelope Penvillin's collections of French novels. She was a patron to a raft of artists, and her salon was quite popular. She was quite the libertine, even kept her maiden name after her marriage.
Okay, it won't let us select any more of those books. Well, let's see about the computer.
I couldn't quite track the provenance of that piece, but Philippe must have brought it back from the New World. He became quite wealthy as a merchant in the Americas and restored Blackmoor's original splendor after it had been abandoned for years. His daughter Penelope continued the renovation, commissioning the construction of this library by Roger Vizier, who built a similar one for the French general Jean Leboeuf. Achoo!
À tes souhaits.
Merci.
Do you mind if I use this computer?
No, not at all, but it's very old. Feel free to use mine if I'm not here.
Who's Alan?
Alan Penvellin was a noted researcher in computers and languages. Jane let me into his computer, but there was nothing much of interest on it.
What's the password?
I'm not sure.
But you were let into his computer, so how would you not know the password? I guess we'll have to ask Jane. So let's go and see if we can open this door. Okay, so this looks like it's in, is it called a conservatory? Where they keep all their plants. I wish I had one of these, it's so pretty.
Looks like John Penvellin may have developed some of the plants that are in here himself.
The Amateur Plant Hybridizers Association of Great Britain presents the 1912 award for outstanding achievement to John Penvellin, Maurice Familier, President. Oh, it doesn't have any water in it.
Doesn't work.
Looks like this frog turns. Maybe? No. Won't let me mess with any of the mural. Is that one of those plants that, like, they grow the stalk when they die? Or no, it's
A carnivorous plant. Cool. That's probably not a good idea.
Oh, shoot. That's what happens when you click around on stuff that you don't know. You get eaten by a big carnivorous plant. I'm going to save. Which menu save? Because I haven't saved yet. Main game. Game has been saved. Alright.
Messing with her plants is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, you're right. Letitia Drake, one tablet every 6 hours. Has need for allergy symptoms.
All settled in? Good. I'm happy that you're visiting Linda, but I know how much you teenagers like your televisions and loud stereos, so I must insist that you act respectfully and civilly while you stay with us. Since my nephew Hugh is away on business, I am in charge of this household, and if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's noise. Hugh's daughter Jane is staying with us and would very much like to meet you, but please try not to distract her. She has her studies and mustn't be disturbed during her lessons.
Is anyone else staying here?
We do not have any permanent house staff, if that's what you mean. The Penvillans have always been self-reliant. We get on quite well without being continuously mollycoddled by a squadron of insipid, gossiping ne'er-do-wells. Now, we do have 2 other house guests. Are Mr. Nigel Mukherjee, who is researching the Penvillan family history in the library, and Ethel Bossany, Jane's tutor.
I don't think we've seen Ethel yet.
Do you know what's wrong with Linda?
Oh, Linda simply needs some time to adjust to her new living situation. England is not the United States. We do things differently, or should I say properly, here. The doctor believes it's just a case of nerves.
Her mother told me she refuses to let anyone see her. Is that true?
I don't know, and the doctors don't know. No one seems to know anything. All I've been told is that Linda is unwell and that in her stead, I must look after matters. Now, please, I really do not have time to entertain you. You may have the run of the house, but do not break anything, and refrain from mucking about with items that aren't yours. 2 rules Jane seems incapable of following. And before I forget, our kitchen is being remodeled, so our dining situation is rather unorthodox. I've made arrangements with a local restaurant to deliver meals to us. There should be a programmed number for them on the phone in your room. Feel free to order whatever you'd like.
The picture book in Jane's room. Do you know much about its history?
My brother Alan found it somewhere in the house. He was quite fascinated by it, but he'd never let me look at it.
What was your brother Alan like?
He was quite remarkable. He taught linguistics and computer science and won many prestigious awards. He loved games, especially pranks, and was forever tinkering with this and that. I do miss him sometimes, but now he's gone. He died a month after my husband passed away, and ever since I've been here all alone. Until Hugh came back from the United States, that is.
Do you know what the password is for the computer in the library?
No, that was my brother's toy.
I'm concerned about that thing I saw outside.
It was purely your imagination, unless you saw a stray dog. But I will not countenance any histrionics about this issue. We have enough to worry about with Linda. And please do not get any ideas about going outside to investigate. I do not want you tracking mud all over this house.
Can you tell me about Lulu?
Lulu is a very old parrot. She must be over 80 years old. Please be very careful with her, especially if you feed her. Parrots have quite delicate constitutions, you know.
Goodbye.
Good evening.
So we know not to mess with the carnivorous plant. And we can't mess with her plants
Who's
while she's
hungry?
there.
Who's ready for some nummies?
Did you say something, Mrs. Drake?
Not to you, dear.
Aw, she loves her plants. Or is there anything about that bench? There's gargoyles on it. I think those are gargoyles at least. So there is another person here that we haven't met yet. The tutor. A puppy. But I think I've been almost everywhere. So I'm not sure what door I've missed. The phone's highlighted. I'm just trying to figure out. Directory. Web. Back. Is it telling me I have an email? From the Hardy Boys, congrats on your Great Britain gig. We'll be thinking of you while we help our neighbor Mr. Bergdorf install his brand new satellite dish and big screen television. Hopefully our unselfish act of kindness will help him forget all those petunias we trampled while chasing fly balls into his yard, and will compel him to invite us over once in a while, like whenever a major sports event is on. Good luck cracking the case, Frank and Joe. Well, you're off to England and we're off to sailing camp. Hopefully this will be the year Bess and I win the regatta instead of those snobby Maxwell twins. Bess thinks they should be disqualified for being too tan and setting a bad example for the younger campers when it comes to skincare, but I don't think the camp's director is going to buy it. Anyway, no digital devices are allowed, so cheerio, pip pip, and we'll talk to you when you get back, George and Bess. Dear valued customer, just a reminder that your current phone plan does not allow for sending or receiving emails outside the continental United States. Hopefully your decision not to upgrade to a more flexible, albeit somewhat more expensive plan has not caused you too much inconvenience. Sincerely, customer service. So it's basically saying that we can't email. It's still lit up. What am I missing? I don't think. Who's Ned Nickerson? Because I think we've talked to. I guess we'll call him.
Hello?
Hi, Ned.
Hey, Nancy.
Just wanted to let you know I got here safely.
So how's Blackmoor Manor?
A little on the spooky side.
How's Mrs. Petrov's daughter?
A little on the spooky side.
Which means?
It's just very strange. She stays in bed hiding behind this curtain all day.
Do you have any idea what the deal is?
Nope.
Well, just keep talking to her. As soon as she knows she can trust you, I'm sure she'll open up.
Linda's stepdaughter, Jane, she has this really weird picture book in her room.
What do you mean, a picture book?
I mean, pictures are all that's in this book. No words, just these strange hand-drawn images. And the book is old, like it's been around for centuries.
Drawings, huh? Maybe it's some kind of an ancient instruction manual. You know, for people who didn't know how to read.
Could be. When I asked her about it, Jane said her grandfather gave it to her. And then...
And then what?
And then she changed the subject.
Sounds like that book may prove to be pretty important.
I'll talk to you soon.
I'm already looking forward to it.
I guess we'll try to call the lycanthrope guy. See if there's any information we can gain from that.
This is Paliki.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Could I ask you some questions about lycanthropy?
I'm sorry, I'm about to leave for a seminar and I'm very busy. Besides, I've written 2 books and 12 articles on the subject. If you have questions, perhaps you should try reading one of them.
It's just that your writing makes you sound so knowledgeable that I felt compelled to talk to you.
Your attempt to win me over with flattery is as transparent as it is feeble. But it works. What do you want to know?
What do you consider to be the definitive signs that someone is turning into some kind of animal?
Symptoms are relatively subtle. A dry mouth, fatigue, impaired vision, and reduced blood flow to the skin. Is this person pale?
Yes, but the really disturbing thing is, she won't let anyone see her. She just lies in bed all day behind this curtain.
And at night, what does she do at night?
I can't be sure, but I do know that I saw something outside the night I arrived. Some kind of animal. And when I asked to see my friend, I was told she was unavailable.
This sounds very promising.
You don't really believe she's turning into some kind of creature, do you?
Young lady, I believe the human mind is capable of far more than we can ever imagine. Pale skin, dry mouth, fatigue. The human mind is perfectly capable of causing the body to exhibit such symptoms, if it is so motivated.
What would motivate someone to turn into an animal?
Most lycanthropes are under a great deal of stress, due perhaps to the death of a loved one, marriage, divorce, relocation, that sort of thing. They're emotionally vulnerable, which means they're particularly open to the power of suggestion.
Someone suggests they become a lycanthrope?
Not in so many words, of course. Somehow they get it in their head that they're destined to take another form. They see something, they read something, someone says something to them. Somehow they come to believe they're supposed to undergo a physical metamorphosis, and so, in their weakened psychological state, they do.
Are temper tantrums symptomatic of lycanthropy?
There are no hard and fast rules when it comes to lycanthropy, or almost anything else for that matter. But if someone believes that what they're changing into is irrational, or has a bad temper, then they will exhibit irrational, ill-tempered behavior, especially if this is contrary to their former nature.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Okay, I don't know why it's still highlighted. What am I missing? Blackmoor Manor, built in the 12th century by a warrior named Randolph the Red. Blackmoor Manor is one of the oldest residences in England. Randolph and his descendants came to be known by the ancient name for the area surrounding Blackmoor, Pinvillin. The Pinvillins have inhabited the manor ever since it was built. It was abandoned in 1650 after its owner was executed for witchcraft. But by 1715, the Pinvillins had moved back into the manor and re-established themselves as a respectable, wealthy family and a reputation which remains to this day. Did I click on ramen noodles? I thought I clicked on healthy diet for parrots. There we go. Healthy diet for parrots. Parrots in the wild eat a wide variety of foods simply because a food source that's available one day may no longer be available the next. If and when the opportunity arises, wild parrots will eat fruits, seeds, leaves, nuts, and sometimes even the meat from carcass. It only stands to reason that parrots in captivity will thrive on a diet that offers a variety of fresh foods too. A healthy diet includes deep-colored vegetables, such as carrots, greens, peppers, and broccoli, quality proteins such as non-fat dairy products, commercially produced mealworms and beans, whole grains like brown rice, wheat germ, and whole grain crackers, nuts and seeds like peanuts, walnuts, and sunflower seeds. Never feed... Okay, I almost killed the parrot because I definitely put salami and avocado in there. Never feed your parrot avocado, tea, coffee, chocolate, uncooked potato, or any kind of lunch meat. These foods can be toxic to our feathered friends. Good to know. Good to know. I'm glad he didn't take my little cracker thingy I was trying to give him. Roman numerals I already kind of know from the previous game. But I'll read it. Roman numerals at a glance below are the letters along with the numbers that they represented, which the ancient Romans used in the numbering system which they invented some 3,000 years ago. I equals 1, V equals 5, X equals 10, L equals 50, C equals 100, D equals 500, M equals 1,000. In this system, 2 is expressed as 2 I's, 7 is VII, 37 is XXXVII, 173 is CLXXIII, etc. However, anytime the letter representing a small number is placed in front of or to the left of a letter representing a larger number, the small number is subtracted from the larger number. For instance, when writing 9 as, instead of writing 9 as VIII, the Romans would write IX, 10 minus 1, which equals 9. Thus 19 XIX, 109 CIX, and 1949 MCMXLIX, etc. Beast of Blackmoor. The Beast of Blackmoor in 1557, shepherders reported seeing a creature with gleaming red eyes, the head and fur of a wolf, and the body of a human on the moonlit moor surrounding the Blackmoor estate in Sorry for the autumn. Moonlit moor surrounding the Blackmoor estate in Essex County, England. The sightings continued off and on for decades afterwards, sometimes accompanied by reports of missing dogs, cats, and lambs. In 1650, when the owner of Blackmoor Manor was tried and later burned at the stake for witchcraft, the number of sightings skyrocketed. The beast continued to be spotted on a fairly regular basis through mid-18th century, but after that was rarely seen. The last reported sighting was May 1990. Okay, does that get rid of... Alright, we no longer have a highlighted phone. So we're going up. That's Linda's room. I wonder if we're even supposed to see that's the little girl's room. That's our room. Turn around. The ladies' room, which there's stuff on the floor there. Footprints going in. Interesting. It's not letting me click on it, so I guess I'm not gonna get any commentary on that. And then that's
Mrs. Drake, is that you?
That sounded more like a man.
Hello, Mrs. Drake, are you in there? Mrs. Drake!
I didn't arrange for you to visit Blackmoor Manor so you could spend your time scaring the wits out of elderly women.
But I really had no idea Mrs. Drake would react like that. I mean, all I did was knock on her door.
It was the dead of night. What on earth were you expecting? For her to get up and have tea with you?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Petrov. I guess I wasn't thinking.
Well, unfortunately, what's done is done, and there's nothing more to be said. Well, there's one more thing.
I'm fired?
Bingo.
Mrs. Drake, is that you?
Hey, we don't click on the door again. That's the...
Felicity! The door! The door!
I need the key.
Yes, I don't know what room And I'm guessing since it's the middle of the night, I'm not gonna be able to talk to the little girl to get the code.
She's probably sleeping.
Yeah. So let's go do the alarm. My pretty awesome room.
What is that? Maybe I'd better have a look around.
What the heck?
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I'm gonna need a bigger boat.
I need the key.
The time has come for closing books.
Where's the sound coming from? You know what? That's the same. That dude has the crest as the. That's the crest as that door, right? It won't let us click on him. Oops. Yeah, there's nothing there. Alright. Anything in here? Intense music again. Wonder how they would get up there. I wonder if I can look at his computer. He has a picture of himself on his computer. Fingertips for typing, notes. No, I'm good. The columns in the Great Hall are most curious, each one representing Greek deity and each one missing some minute detail. Although the columns appear to have been built around the same time, careful examination shows that they have been constructed over a period of several hundred years. The riddles I found in Corbin's secret room in France makes reference to the Mercury column and how his key is held in his hand, most likely the statue in the library. And that only by persuading Mercury to face north and lift his eyes to the sky will the wand key be released. I'm sure the mechanism is to move this in the hidden passages Corbin refers to, but how do I access these secret passages? So it sounds like he's hunting for the treasure. Chapter pin notable figures, phenomena, soldier, witch, witchcraft, werewolf, shooting stars. Randolph the Red led army against French at Poitiers in 1356, credited victory to a stone he possessed, but refused to talk about it. King Edward III gave him land on which Blackmoor Manor sits, in the area known as Penvillin. Randolph was disappointed in his son Odo, good farmer, bad soldier, king according to family cleric. Grandson Milo became soldier, awarded more land by Henry V. Rumor of the Penvillin magic stone persisted. Chapter 3, mid-1400s, Albert, son of Hugo, Milo's son, studied alchemy, used a dragon to symbolize the Athenor forge, but he apparently built, but he didn't say where he built it, and I cannot find it. Need more info. Search county archives. Mid-1500s, Charles Penvelin, prominent and well-respected judge. Search Essex County Hall records. Chapter 5, mid-1600s, James Penvelin never marries, yet a baby, Eleanor, suddenly appears in his household, sparking rumors that she is a fairy baby. Another reason she was later accused of being a witch. Scrutinize everything James so much as touched and find out where she came from. Late 1600s, Eleanor's son, Edward, is raised by the sister of Le Comte de Roquefort in France. Doubtful that he or his son Corbin ever set foot in Blackmoor. Check all documents in library written in French. Mid-1700s, Penvelins, once again known and respected for being rich and powerful. In 1775, Philip's daughter Penelope commissioned artisan Jacques de Vaucanson to create a card-playing automaton named Betty, which still exists in Blackmoor. I have enjoyed several games of cards against Betty. It reminds me of the game I played in the States called Go Fish. Okay, so she's playing a game of Go Fish. Late 1700s, Bridget Penvelin, Penelope's granddaughter, studied astronomy and astrology repeatedly, self-taught since male teachers were apparently intimidated by her intelligence. Locate the notebook she refers to in the letter to her sister. Mid-1800s, Edward Penvelin traveled extensively in India and the Middle East. Journal indicates he spent little time at Blackmoor with his wife and children. The images on Edward's coat of arms are most curious. Each one seems to be showing some sort of direction. The jouster running to the right, the guard with the spear pointing up, the crowned figure motioning to the right. Okay. So that's the one that's on that door, it looks like, because there was a jouster and the spear. Chapter 5, 1900s, John won many plant hybridizing awards, brought Lulu back from the Amazon. His son Malachi raced cars. Malachi's son Alan used Lulu to write his dissertation on linguistics and animal communications. Dig up dirt on Hugh P. Who's Hugh P? Okay. To Nigel, I'm very intrigued by what you learned so far at Blackmoor. Good work. I can definitely see this as a bestseller if you deliver the goods. Or should I say goodies, Ludmilla. Is there anything else here? No. Alright. No, that's just going to take me to the computer. And then it said that we need to somehow turn him to be able to get the key here. So I don't know why I did that. Let us look at that crest again.
I'd better stay inside. If I track mud in the house, Mrs. Drake will kill me.
That's what I thought. So this is the crest that they're talking about. So I'm wondering if that's going to have anything to do with maybe those there's those things on the stairway up top, but they're levers. So I don't don't think we'd be able to move them left or right. Only up and down. So we have to find something that we can adjust in that way. Okay, it's middle of the night. I'm not going to play with Betty. I guess let's check in this hall. So we can't go in there because of the fire. There's not much here that we can do. Go back out this door. We can go look in the conservatory. Should be asleep, so we might be able to mess with the plants, if nothing else. Some Venus flytrap.
Hey!
Oh.
Maybe I should try feeding it something.
Do you want a cracker?
Ow!
No, you don't want a cracker. Okay, so it won't let us eat that. Or not eat that. It won't eat that, so it'll let us read that letter. Anything else over here I can mess with? No.
Messing with her plants is probably not a good idea.
I wonder if it'll let us open. It won't let us give it the pill to the plant. I don't think it would react the same way. So it doesn't look like anything weird is going on. I could knock on her door.
She's probably sleeping.
Yeah. Maybe it wanted me to investigate around my room? There's the restroom that was downstairs. There's the compass, the star, the comet, the bird. We probably still need to get the telescope. I guess we can try going back to sleep. It's 11:40. We'll probably have to call it here for today. I will be back to playing this on Tuesday possibly. If you don't already have notifications turned on and you don't want to miss any of the story, you can, oh, there's a journal up here.
John Penvillin.
You can turn on notifications so you know whenever I get on. Oh, because this is gonna have to do with probably the fountain downstairs. Yeah, beside a pond since gone dry, there lived a frog named Grinny. But we will leave it here, and I will start up the next stream by reading this. And I'm going to save. But thank you again for watching and helping me out with remembering the person's name. Sometimes when I'm focused on what they're saying or what the next words are going to be, I miss out on some details. I really appreciate y'all's help, and I hope to see y'all again on Tuesday. Thank you again. I hope y'all have a great day.